Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. It's a new year, so that means new price hikes and changes that will cost you more for cable television and satellite TV in 2025. We'll break down all these. And why do streaming services cost so much? You could also say, why do cable TV networks cost so much? Well, turns out it has a lot to do with the cost of new content being as much as over $50 million per episode. And then lastly, another cable TV blackout. Yes, prices may be going up on many services, but don't worry. Channel fights are still happening and channels are going dark on cable TV. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, you can always find a link to each story we talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. If you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to some more people. With that said, let's dive into it. All right, it is 2025 and we're seeing quite a few price hikes happening in the world of cord cutting. Comcast, of course, recently announced multiple price hikes across the board on different fees, some new fees launching, some new RSN price hikes, and most of their bundles going up. Not a big surprise. Also, if you're a Comcast customer and you do auto pay with credit cards or debit cards, guess what? Your auto pay discount is now only $2 a month. And it keeps falling. Slowly, it seems like, I think it was like 10 at one point. Maybe that was another service. Most recently it was $5, and now it's just $2 a month if you use auto pay. Other companies are also raising their price. Now, I'm keeping an eye on Spectrum. Are you a Spectrum customer? It wouldn't surprise me to see another price hike soon. I know they did one not that long ago, but they've been coming more regularly, it seems like, recently. But also Optimum, or Cox, excuse me. We'll get to Optimum in a moment. Cox Communications, one of the largest providers, has had a price hike. They confirmed it at Cord Cutters News and according to our readers. It's averaging $15 a month for the customers there. DirecTV raised its price a few months ago, but now is also hiding cheaper TV packages, trying to push you into more expensive packages to get the channels you want. The family, the select, and the extra packages, so 4 packages in total, are now all gone from the DirecTV website as they promote the more expensive packages out there for customers who are looking to become DirecTV customers. Look for this to become more and more common. The cost of content continues to go up. This is forcing them to raise it. All these companies, including streaming services, are in a similar position. If you're Fubo, YouTube TV, you have the same pressure here. You need these channels in order to keep customers, right? But these channels demand a lot more money, and which means you would have to raise the price of your customers, risking the customers getting upset and leaving. If you don't have the channels, customers may leave. If you agree to pay what channels are demanding, customers will get upset and leave. So it's this delicate balancing game they're trying to play. How much can they raise the price before people pissed off? How much can they offer, though, in content losses before they have to lose customers? We'll keep a close eye on it, but look for more price hikes to come. I think this is just the early ones we found out about. Again, if you notice a cable TV price hike from your local cable TV provider, go to cordcuttersnews.com, click on Contact Us. Make sure to send us as much details as you can. A link is great too, to wherever the notification is. But name of the company, where you're seeing that, what the changes are all very helpful. Most of these news stories come from tips from readers and viewers like you. So what's this causing all these price hikes? Why are streaming services, not just live TV, but on-demand services too, like Disney Plus and others, recently raising their prices? Well, turns out it's cost of content. In 2025, it's a lot more expensive to make content than quite a few years ago. For example, The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, is reportedly one of the most expensive shows ever made at $58 million per episode, followed by Stranger Things, the most recent season 4, at $30 million per episode. Secret Invasion, a Marvel show, for $25 million. Disney Plus, House of Dragons, Max, $20 million. That is a significant jump from the cost of what they paid for the original show there. CNN Apple TV is reportedly $15 million. The morning show Apple TV, also another $15 million per episode. Here we go. Game of Thrones cost just $15 million. I say just 15. Well, $5 million per episode really adds up extra. The Crown on Netflix, it reportedly is budgeted for $13 million per episode. Cost, we talked about this a lot. It's the cost of everything. A lot of people like to try to find one specific thing they can point to for why the cost of all this is going up. It's a little bit of everything. Cost of actors, cost of wood, cost of materials, cost of fuel, cost of travel. All this put together, cost, fees, taxes, everything put together is what's driving up these costs. There was a big, in my lifetime, I remember big news. A show was paying $1 million an episode. And now we see ones doing over $50 million. And you have to understand, with that jump in cost, does bring higher quality, but it means you're going to pay more for it. There's been a lot of talk within the industry cutting back on the amount of content being produced and focusing on cheaper content. Hello, reality television. But not just that, but just cheaper studio shows. Those sitcoms where you have a preset, 2 or 3 sets and you do everything in a studio. Maybe occasionally you go out to other things, but that the vast majority of it is done inside a studio are significantly cheaper. And that's why we're seeing more. Also sports, very expensive, but also high return on sports. So we'll keep a look on this, but doesn't it surprise you the cost of this content at all? It's a big reason why your TV bills are going up. But I will say, for networks, again, they kind of put themselves in a corner. Now, expectations are so high for quality of content, movie-level quality content on television shows, it's hard to go back now for them. All right. Will Fubo ever get back its lost channels? This is a question I've been getting a lot. Fubo has lost Telemundo channels. All the Warner Bros. Discovery channels left. They already were missing some of them earlier. Will they get them back? Well, yeah, they could, but they're facing the same problem a lot of other ones. Telemundo, according to Fubo, is demanding a 25% price hike in what Fubo pays them. Because of that, they say they just can't afford it. Again, I can't afford to pass that cost on to my customers, so require me to do a price hike. Remember, Fubo is already losing money every day. They're not making money, according to the most recent earnings. Now, with that, it's a balancing game. Do we give up the Telemundo channels, or do we raise the price on everybody? Which one will be more harm to us as a company and to our customers? For now, they seem to be deciding that it's best for them to give up the channels, but it'd be interesting to see. They have a big lawsuit coming, again, right now, it's in the works, but the court case, actual court hearings, I should say, are coming up next year. Or, hey, it's 2025, I don't have to say next year anymore. This year, against Fox, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Disney. Several renewals are coming up in the future for Fubo for channels. And what are they going to do? Are they going to be able to strike a deal that makes everybody happy? What does that look like? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, unfortunately, it does not look like we're expecting to see these come back anytime soon. All right, next up, the Brewers strike a deal with, I almost said Bally Sports, FanDuel Sports Network, their new network. It's new 2025, new names, new everything. But with this, you'll see them now be on Bally Sports. Now, they in Bally Sports Wisconsin will be airing the games out there for the 2025 season. This seems to be a one-season deal that was announced on New Year's Eve that will keep the Brewers on Bally. I keep saying Bally Sports. FanDuel Sports Network. It's kind of like when you say 2024 when it's already 2025. It takes some time to reprogram your brain for that. It'd be interesting. A lot of these deals have only been for 1 year for FanDuel Sports. What is the future of FanDuel Sports going forward is still a big question as they still work to move forward, find a path into profitability going forward. And the last story of the day, 40 years ago yesterday from when I'm posting this, VH1 launched. It's hard to believe VH1 is now 40 years old out there. Now, it was launched as kind of an older, I hate to say this, more sophisticated channel, a channel that targeted an older audience than MTV as a sister channel for, at the time, adult contemporary music. Now, they've transformed a lot. Of course, they're best known for some of their pop-up shows like I Love the 90s, I Love the 80s, and different ones. I Love the 2000s. Are we ready for an I Love the 2010s yet? Hey, folks, it's 2025, 2010s. Started 15 years ago. Does that seem possible? It doesn't seem possible that VH1's 40 40 years old, I should say. But it tried to differentiate itself from MTV, who focused more on teenagers and young 20s, by appealing to what they called a more mature demographic, aka us, 30-year-olds and ups. But it's interesting. VH1 launched 40 years ago today. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. We'll be back again soon with another video. But until then, take care, be safe. Have a fantastic day, everybody.